You startled me. Don't read over my shoulder like that. What's that? What have you got stuffed in your mouth? Read what you're typing on the typewriter. I get it. They was given away the Chiclets gum on the corner of 42 and 5th. I had to get some. Free Chiclets on which corner? All of them. Hermie got some of the gum too. Wendy, you're really not a very fast typist. Didn't you take typing in school? I tooked the home ec. Never thoot I'd be working a job like this. Wendy, spit out the gum. It's very unprofessional. And what happened to your hair?
It's new hair. You like it? It was starting to lose the taste anyways. You know, Jimmy, I don't think Miss Rivas is going to be too happy when she finds out that she's using her typewriter. Hey, is this what you're working on? Well, let me see.
No. I'm allowed, Wendy. It's only for a few minutes. I'm just finishing up a short story.
I've worked here twice as long as you, Jimmy, and I'm not allowed to use the typewriter.
I've worked here a week, Wendy. You've only been here 2 weeks.
Well, it looks like you got here early so you could use it in secret. What kind of story is it? Does it have ponies in it? I love ponies.
I arrived here on time, Wendy. You were here late again.
The guy at the token booth didn't want to take my pennies, and so
It's about the place where I grew up, the history of the town. It takes place right after World War II.
Is that what you studied in college, Jimmy? Historicals? Let me look at your story. You know, I watch a lot of old movies on the TV. I could help you.
No, I studied English.
English? You talk just fine.
I want to be a writer, maybe a famous writer.
Put John Wayne into your story and it'll sell. Trust me. And make sure you tell Miss Rivas that you write historicals, because she's got a lot of letters that need to get typed. Where is she anyway?
Miss Rivas was called into the president's office shortly after I arrived. It may have something to do with...
Is she in trouble? You know, Jimmy, I sure am glad you're working here. Me and Miss Rivas, well, she makes me kind of uncomfortable. She's always telling me what to do, and when to get here, and when to leave, and where to file things, like she's the boss of me or something. Oh, I got a dentist appointment this morning, and I'm going to lunch at the Brew and Burger. Just to remind you, that's the reason for the new hair.
New hair? Wendy, she's your supervisor. Didn't you come from the same employment agency I came from? Didn't they tell you about the job?
I didn't go through no agency. My boyfriend lives here, Hermie. Do you know him? So does his father. He works here too, I mean. Well, he knows him too, I guess. I mean, what kind of father doesn't know?
Hermie? You mean Herman, the guy who fixes all the broken stuff around here. He must be very busy.
The very same. And he's the one who's taking me to lunch. Which reminds me, Hermie says you still have to use the speaker box thing instead of the telephone. It's still broke. He has to go to the Radio Shack on Steinway Street this weekend to get a new part, a cord and something. It don't affect me, because we're not allowed to use the telephone.
And Miss Rivas doesn't answer the telephone, so... Wendy, what happened before I got here when the telephone rang?
We just let it ring. And then I guess whoever was calling would write us a letter instead. Long distance is very expensive, says Miss Rivas. Jeez, Jimmy! I gotta concentrate on this TV crossword and finish it before Miss Rivas gets back. She don't like me doing the crosswords. Normally I do them at home or in the ladies' room. Oh, hey, here's one. Ethel Blank, 5 letters.
Mertz, that's an easy one. And Miss Rivas is right, crosswords aren't for the workplace. Now let's get back to work.
Merman, that's the answer. She's from Astoria, where I'm from. Hey, you could put her in your historical.
No, that's too many letters. You said it was,
She also went to the same high school as me, only she went there before me. Bryant High School. Like Lane Bryant. Oh, here's another one. Mr. Spock is from here, 6 letters.
Vulcan.
Venus, that's the answer. 'Cause 2 down is Eva Gabor's. I rip right through these crosswords, Jimmy. Imagine if I did them on a typewriter. Phew, it's hot in here. You know, sometimes I think Miss Rivas moves the thermometer stat up just to make me uncomfortable.
Why are you wearing,
What? What's so funny? The sweaters! You like them? I bought them at Gimbel's, but you had to buy 2 of them to get them at the sale price. Miss Rivas don't like them.
oh, I don't think that's what they...
I have to wear both sweaters at the same time, because if Ma found out that I bought 2 of them, she'd go through the roof. But when I wear them both, she thinks I only have one on. They're a little warm though, especially in my room downstairs next to the furnace. So I have to close the door before I take one off, because if Ma saw me holding one...
I don't really need to be here, Miss Wendy. Let's get back to work.
What about you, Jimmy? Huh? You've been wearing the same white shirt for the last 5 days.
I have a dozen of these J-Press shirts.
But you can't press your own shirts? Who's Jay?
Jay? What? No. Wendy, look, I found out today's a very special day for Miss Rivas. It's her 35th anniversary with the publishing company. The receptionist told me. Don't say anything, though.
She never tells me nothing, that receptionist out there. I think she hates me. She's always looking at me all funny. And just between you, me, and Gimbel's, Jimmy, I think she listens into what goes on in here. She always knows what's going on.
Oh, don't be stupid, Wendy. Why would you want to be so nosy?
We should do something nice for her. Miss Rivas, not the receptionist. Maybe we can get her one of them ice cream cakes from the 31 Flavors place. Bubblegum is my favorite flavor. I always ask for a test scoop.
No, I think she's diabetic. Miss Rivas, not the receptionist. And it's a taste spoon.
Not when I ask for it. Diabetic, huh? So that's what her accent is. I got the Walter Drake catalog somewhere. We could get her something from there. Which reminds me, I should order something from them before my prescription expires. Tea bags, maybe.
Subscription, Wendy. Tea bags?
I figure she uses 1 tea bag a day, that's 5 tea bags a week.
1 tea bag a day? She drinks tea all day long.
She uses the same tea bag all day long. So at the end of the day, it's just rusty looking water right out of a drainage ditch. Imagine that.
I'll try not to. Oh my God, here she comes. Don't say anything about the anniversary.
Miss Wendy is late again.
Miss Rivas, I was just telling Jimmy that the guy at the token booth didn't want to take my pennies, and so I had to go all the way home to get $1. And then I saw the new TV guide was in the mail, so I ripped out the crossword to do in the ladies' room, and then the flushing train was stuck in the tunnel, and so...
Miss Wendy should have gotten out and pushed the flushing thing. Tell Mr. Hammond to fix the telephone in the office. We cannot continue to do the business with the bookstore and the speaker box.
You're getting all irrigated, Miss Rivas. Isn't it?
Irritated, Wendy. Miss Rivas, the receptionist had a message for you while you were out. Call the Coliseum bookstore. They need the price of a book. Wendy, you have a dentist appointment today. You're eating mints?
They're thin mints.
We sell to the bookstore, not to the Roman catacombs. I will write a letter to them.
Oh, no, the Coliseum bookstore on 57th. That's who telephoned.
I thought you just moved here, Jim. You didn't know your way around town. How do you know about the Coliseums? My pa took me to a boat show once there, and I almost drowned.
Drowned? I go there all the time, Wendy. It's one of the best bookstores. Miss Rivas, don't you ever go to the bookstores to see them?
We sell to the bookstore, not to pay the visitor.
My glasses fell into the toilet, and I slipped right in trying to get them out. And the toilet accidentally flushed. I was soaked. My pa was not happy. There's probably a mackerel on the Hudson River wearing my eyeglasses.
One. I hope Miss Wendy has not been doing the TV crosswords on the customer services typewriter.
I haven't been. Someone else is. Never mind. I go to bookstores, Jimmy. I've been to them lots of times.
Really? Let's get to work.
Yeah, there's this one bookstore I remember. It's in Penn Station. We used to go there to catch the train to Deer Park to visit my Aunt Dorette. She lives there, in Deer Park, not Penn Station. It's right next to the chock full of nuts. And Ma would go in to get a coffee, light and sweet and roll for the train ride into Deer Park. I wouldn't go in because I would bring something from home to drink on the train, like a bottle of tab and a thermos with a lemon. I used to watch my figure back then, in high school, which was tough without my glasses.
Jimmy, I have something to give you.
Huh? So anyway, I was in this bookstore, Book Press, Book Express, and I was looking around, and I saw this book. It was weird. A book about the movie Peyton Place. And this book was all about how they made the movie Peyton Place, which I had seen on TV plenty of times, with pictures of the stars and the town they made the movie in. A book about a movie. I thought, how weird. To put all this into a book. I mean, you get the book, and then you get the movie in the book. So, I'm thinking about it, and then I saw on another shelf the real book, Peyton Place. So I picked up the book Peyton Place to buy, and then I thought I should return to the book about the movie Peyton Place and buy that one too, and read them both at the same time.
That makes absolutely no sense at all.
Don't interrupt, Jimmy. So, I got both books in my hands, and I'm going to go to the checkout to buy them when I saw another book, Return to Peyton Place. Kinda spooky, huh? I mean, the book Peyton Place made me want to return to the book about the movie Peyton Place. So, I turned to buy that book too, and guess what happened?
I really don't want to guess.
Do the guessing, Jimmy, please.
I bumped right into Ma and made her spill her coffee light and sweet onto the floor. Was she ever sore at me? She made me go buy her another coffee light and sweet right then and there. So I had to leave all 3 books about Peyton Place at the Book Press, Book Express, and go back to the chock full of nuts. Long story short, I never got any of the books, and I was out 60 cents for the coffee light and sweet. It's a true story.
We do not sell to that book, brother.
I gathered that, Miss Rivas. Finish your mince, Wendy, and never say the name of that book again. Oh, Miss Rivas, you had something for me?
These are your job responsibilities in the customer services. I made the list last night after the opera at the Lincoln Center. Tales of Hoffman.
Ooh, I love his movies.
Answer the telephone.
Speaker box thing, Jimmy, for the time being.
When it rings, go to the post office to pick up the mail for customer services. Respond to the bookstores by letter.
What are my job responsibilities, Miss Rivas? Huh? I know where the post office is.
Last week I sent Miss Wendy to the post office. She comes back with cream rings.
My screamy hair is very important. I'm a publishing professional.
Keep Miss Wendy busy and away from Miss Rivas. This is all very good, but, you know, I thought...
We do not do the thinking here, Jimmy. We do the customer service.
Well, I was just hoping I could do, you know, a little writing.
You can write letters to the bookstore.
Dear bookstore, please do not call us collectors. Long distance is very expensive. Signed, customer service. Jimmy dreams of being a famous writer, Miss Rivas. He writes historicals.
Wendy, I never said that. They're not historicals.
I got dreams too, you know, and they got nothing to do with customer service.
We do not want to hear them if they have nothing to do with the customer service. Get back to work.
Give me something to do, Jimmy. I have nothing to do. I had this dream that me and Hermie live in a big farmhouse with trees all around and a wooden porch, and all the light switches work.
Oh, I have a box of envelopes under the desk.
And one of the light switches, when you turn it on, lights up a big fenced-in field. And there are ponies in the field, and they're eating grass, and they're wearing blankets because it's winter.
We need to change the zip codes on the envelopes.
And you flip another switch, and through the trees, you can see the Empire State Building all lit up real close like we're on a hill. Oh, it's all so real. I can smell the pine trees and the ponies.
I've only been here a week, Wendy, and I know that's not real.
Jimmy, I said it was a dream. You gotta ruin everything. It's better and your stupid historicals. Happy 35th anniversary, Miss Rivas.
Wendy, I asked.
No, there is no time for the anniversary. Get back to work.
Well, aren't you gonna open your gift?
I'll wait till with a half cup of tea.
Must need drainage ditch water, you mean?
Here's the other gift. Nothing much.
Dear Miss Rivas, thank you for your 35 years of service to the publishing company. Please accept the enclosed with our gratitude, signed the president of the publishing company.
She got clothes? Sheesh, I hope I work here for 35 years.
Wendy, how much cream rinse do you use anyway?
I use according to directions, Jimmy. Rinse and repeat. Sometimes I forget where I am, so I have to start over.
A check? For $10,000, Miss Rivas, you're rich.
It will be put to good use. I have the account at the manufacturer's handovers in the desk.
Miss Rivas, I have a call from Bermuda. Will you accept?
No!
Putting it through.
No!
Jimmy, pull the wire of the telephone out of the wall. It was just an idea. Bermuda, huh? Like the shorts?
No, Bermuda like the onion, that's very far away.
This is Dorette from the Bermuda College bookstore.
Yes, Dorette, how may we help you? How's Bermuda?
Bermuda's fine. Our classes start tomorrow. We ordered 400 copies of your English anthology, which came by boat yesterday. But we only received 390 copies. I counted them myself. I put the price on each book. And I pushed each book on the shelf.
Talk faster, the long distance costs the money.
They're $200 a pop, them books. That's 200 onions there in Bermuda money.
Can you ship us the missing 10 copies? The students need them. They work so hard for their textbooks. You billed me for 400 copies, you know. Do you understand we want all 400 copies?
We are the customer services. We understand what you want.
10 copies of the English anthology, no charge.
Tell her to recount and advise. The booker are there in Bermuda. Tell Dorette to recount the book.
Look under the onion tree. They don't lie, Miss Rivas, the Bermudans. They're good people. Like last week on Barnaby Jones. Okay. Hey. I have an Aunt in Deer Park. Do you know her?
Ship them there. By booker post.
Is that Miss Rivas I hear in the background? I've known her for 35 years. Book post? That will take weeks. I want them sent by airmail overnight.
No,
The students need them.
the airmail costs too much of the money to send the booker. Ship them, Jimmy, by booker post.
You listen to your customer, Miss Rivas. I want those books sent by airmail. Overnight. If you don't, I will put the Bermuda Curse on you and your customer service department. You have 2 days to get those books to me, or else.
A curse. I'll turn into a Bermuda onion. With new hair.
Maybe the books are in the Bermuda Triangle.
Isn't that next to the Hollywood Squares?
Jimmy, we do not joke about the missing booker. Ship her, bill her for the airmail shipping. Bermuda curse. Every year, Mr. Dorette tries to put a curse on the customer services.
Well, I thought you don't answer the telephone, Miss Rivas. How did she try to...
She sent a letter to the customer services, postage too. The tea bag has fallen onto the floor. I will bring some tea bag in the ladies' room. It is good for the whole day.
Miss Rivas, think about all the tea bags you could buy with $10,000.
Well, that's it. I'd be up all night, every night for the rest of my life.
You don't have to decide. You can put it away for a rainy day.
No.
Sheesh, I hope she uses the sink. It's a good thing my new dentist, Dr. Chin, is in this building. one floor down. So I won't get all rained on. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so yesterday, I was looking into the window of this haircutting place, and there was this picture of the Ferris faucet that I was looking at in the window. And this guy walking behind me goes, be free, don't be like that chick on TV. So I goes to the guy, I'm just looking to get new hair before I go to the Brew and Burger tomorrow. I mean today, with Hermie. It's double potato day. And we have a coupon, which he's given to me for safekeeping, by the way.
Double potato day? Wendy, can I just ask you a question?
This is my last box. I'm sorry. I didn't know
Oh.
you liked Thin Mints. You should have said something sooner. I would have brought a box for you.
No. How did you get your job here? I mean, did you know what the job would be? What did you do before this?
What is this, 20 questionnaires? Oh, we got time before that Dr. Jim guy. So, I got out of high school, Bryant, where...
I know.
So then I went to work for my grandpa. He had a shop under the L, fixing radios, putting new tubes in them. What I did was I answered the telephone and opened the mail, which was tough, because people used to send their broke radios in the mail, and I didn't know if they were broke or not.
Well, why would anyone send you a radio that wasn't broke or broken?
I had to check each radio that came in. If they were broke, we'd fix it and send it back with the bill. If they weren't broke, I'd think, hey, maybe. They broke after being on for a while. So I would leave it on until it stopped working. And then I knew it was broke. And Grandpa would put new tubes in them. So I had to listen to the radio all day. All the stations. All the time. At the same time. It was pretty advanced stuff, let me tell you. You know, come to think of it, there have been lots of famous women who have worked in radio repair. That Marie Curie, you know her? I read that she ripped a button off of her corset 100 years ago and invented the radio volume knob.
No.
Imagine if Tom Jones came on the radio and you couldn't turn it up.
No, Marie Curie invented radium. It's an element.
Yeah, I know, like the fifth dimension, sheesh. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so after about 10 or 17 years, my grandpa lost an wrist and broke radios.
You realize the modern transistor technology made the old tube technology obsolete?
No, he died.
Oh.
So I was sitting around one day thinking about my past experiences in radio repair when I thought, hey, I could go to radio repair school. So I went downtown to the radio repair school to apply.
All you did was open the mail.
Jimmy, please. So I went to apply to go to radio repair school, and I was in the office when I realized that I had a bunch of bills I had to mail for Ma in my hands, and I had to take them to a post office. So I go, hey, is there a post office around here? And then, all of a sudden, a lunch bell goes off, and I got spooked, and I dropped all of the bills I had to mail for Ma onto the floor.
A lunch bell?
So I bent over, and I was picking them up and putting them in order, and the name of the bill, electricity, gas, telephone, water. I was accessorizing them.
Alphabetizing.
Right. So then I look up, and it's none other than Hermie. And he goes, hey, you accessorize very well. How would you like to be a publishing professional? And that was the day we met. Long story short, here I am. And whenever I hear the lunch bell, I think of Hermie.
So how long have you known him?
Hermie? Oh, let me see. It's 3 weeks today. It's our anniversary. Oh, maybe that's why he's taking me to the Bruenberger. I never had an anniversary before. Maybe they'll put a candle in my double potato.
3 weeks? That's really not much of an anniversary.
It's a good thing I got new hair. Oh, this new hair wasn't cheap. Now I ain't got no money.
No money. Wendy, yesterday was payday. Didn't you stop by the cashier window?
Where?
The cashier window. The window with the metal bars by the receptionist. The cashier's window.
The jail cell? I don't like walking by there, Jim. It gives me the shivers. There's this old lady inside. Oh, she must have done something really bad to be put in there. It seems like every time I walk by there, she calls my name and tries to give me an envelope with a secret message or something in it, like a escape note maybe. I don't want nothing to do with that kind of stuff, so I just walk right on by and I say, I'm not interested in your kind. Good day. What? What, you want me to get mixed up with jailbirds, Jimmy?
She's trying to give you your... I'll straighten it out.
You want to come with Hermie and me to the Bruinburger for lunch?
Oh, I am meeting a friend here, actually. We're going to the bookstore to look around.
You and your books. Jimmy, where do you get friends? I've been here my whole life. I ain't got no friends. Except for you and Hermie, and you just moved here, and it's like suddenly you're the Great Catskill or something.
Gatsby, the Great Gatsby. So, Wendy, did your grandfather always repair radios?
Only after he couldn't see no more.
Couldn't see? You mean he was blind and he repaired radios? That's amazing.
My grandpa was a really smart guy. He went to college, just like you, Jimmy. And then he worked for a big company here in the city building electronicals and stuff. He had one of them secretaries, too. She always smelled so pretty, like Jane Nape.
Wow.
Not so well. And he got sick and had to go to the hospital for an operation, and he went blind and never saw again. So we moved into our house in Astoria, and I started doing stuff for him, picking out his socks, taking him to the store, reading the Sunday paper to him. And since he couldn't work building them electronicals no more, he started fixing radios, and he opened up a shop. His shop was open 7 days a week. I mean, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays.
I get it. So you read the paper to him. That was a very nice thing to do.
Like I had a choice. Every Sunday after bowling on Channel 4, we would sit in front of the house on the glassed-in porch, and I would read the whole paper to him. The news, the sports, the businesses, even the help wanted.
Was he looking for a new job?
I think he just wanted to torture me. I hated it. All my friends would be out playing kick the can or hide and seek, and I was cooped up being my grandpa's secretary.
Sorry, I didn't mean to start anything.
Sometimes I would get so mad because I had to read the paper to him after bowling on Channel 4 that I would move the coffee table out in the living room just a few inches, so we'd bang right into it and cut his shins as he walked by.
Oh, I can't blame you. You were only,
10.
Oh, okay.
Would you want a 10-year-old secretary, Jimmy? I mean, what would you get her for Secretary's Day? My grandpa was blind for 20 years. You know what the toughest part was, Jimmy? He never got to see what I looked like all grown up. When he died, I bet he still thought of me as a little girl, 10 years old. Oh well, that's all in the past.
I have a call for Wendy.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Tell him to write.
My Wendy's too busy to talk to our own mother.
I'm here, Ma. What do you want?
Lily, is that you? You sound so far away.
We have you on the speaker box. I'm across the room. The telephone is broken.
Wee, are you there? I'm here outside Recto under the L. I forgot what kind of panty liners you wanted me to buy for you. They're still on sale. What size was it? Full of women or plenty of room? Whatever.
I'm at work right now, Ma. We don't talk about this stuff. I'm a publishing professional.
What? I know you need some of them at work.
I said the Revco ones, Ma. Them that were in the circular. It was on the stoop.
I can't hear you. The circular ones? Wee, I thought we talked about them ones. They don't fit right on you. I'll get 2 boxes, jumbo size of the Revco ones. I have my senior card. You can keep one box under your desk over there, and the other one at home by the commode. This reminds me, we have to get the plumber to come over so we can fix the commode. It stops up whenever you uses it.
Wendy, I really don't need to be hearing this conversation.
Wee, don't forget the dentist appointment you had this morning. Maybe this Dr. Chin can get to the bottom of your breath issue.
This is much more than I need to be hearing.
All right, that's it, Ma. Goodbye. Oh, I should have asked her to get a bag of them candy orange slices that I keeps next to my bed at night.
The tea bag is as good as new. Back to work.
Oh, I'm late. I gotta run to that Dr. Chin test. Hopefully, I'll have fresh you-know-what. By the time I go to the you-know-where with you-know-who, we have a coupon, you know.
What are you talking about?
I'll take the stairs. Don't miss me.
Miss Rivas, I was thinking.
What are you doing the thinking of, Jim?
Well, I was thinking I could, do something, work in another part of the publishing company, do something else. Do you know if there's...
What is wrong with the customer services? You come, you read the letters from the bookstore, you issue credit for the missing book, and you do not sell to the individual.
Well, I was hoping that I could do something where I could work on my book.
Jim, I have seen pages from your book. It would not sell. You would have to issue credit for the return book.
I went to college to be a writer, I really know nothing about invoices or credits.
Miss Rivas never went to the college. I come to the city to find place to live with sister, get job in customer services.
A sister, what's her name?
Miss Rivas.
Oh.
Do you think Miss Rivas knew anything of the invoices and credits? No, you have to learn new things every day.
Call for Miss Rivas?
Tell them to write the letter.
Good day, value gimbal customer. Try our new Holton for women, $9 an ounce.
I said I work in the publishing company, not the forest.
Holton for women is a refreshing, woody, mossy fragrance, also with body talc. You'll be a hit, Studio 54.
We sell to the bookstore, not to the discotheque.
What's the matter, Wendy? Couldn't Dr. Chin solve your you-know-what issue?
The Dr. Chin can solve any issue.
Can you two just shut up?
What's wrong? Hey, where's your other sweater?
Jimmy, go out to the receptionist and get some more of that carbon paper to do the typing of the invoices.
Okay.
Tell Miss Rivas, why Miss Wendy is so upset?
Well,
Ooh, see, the Dr. Chin has not solved your issue.
So I get downstairs to the dentist office and I waited in the waiting room because there was no reception to tell me to do anything else. And it got really hot in that waiting room, so I took off my coat and I hung it on the hook by the door. And that new Family Circles was on the table, so I put it in my coat pocket for later. And then I went into Dr. Chin's office and I sat in his chair. And it was even hotter in there, so I took off one of my sweaters and I put it under the chair on the floor. I like to wear the two of them, but it was just too hot. So then Dr. Chin goes that he is ready to look at my teeth. So I goes that I am afraid. Can you give me something to knock me out? So he goes, sure, you can just put this mask over your face and you'll fall asleep. So I goes, okay. So he puts the mask over my mouth and I wake up when Dr. Chin goes, Wendy, I am through looking at your teeth. And I open my eyes and I look at Dr. Chin and he
what, Wendy, what?
he was
No, I don't do the understanding.
He was wearing my other sweater.
No! The sweater is for the Wendy, not the Dr. Ching.
So I jumped out of the chair, grabbed my coat, and ran out of there. But look what I found in the family circles while I was waiting for the elevator. Helpful hints. Listen to this. Baking soda can solve some bad breath problems. Well, maybe I should just try that. I could go to the Revco and get a box on my way to the Bruinburger. Who needs Dr. Chin anyways?
Wendy, I have a package out here for you. Oh, never mind. Jimmy just walked by. He can take it to you.
No, we work in the customer services, not the Wendy services. We sell to the bookstore.
Oof. My lunch bag gets heavier every day. Oh, here's that donut. I thought I ate it yesterday.
Miss Wendy makes Miss Rivas sick in the store.
There's a package with your name on it, Wendy. I wonder what's inside.
Careful, Jimmy. I almost squished my lunch bag.
No, the customer services comes first, then we do the squishing of the lunches.
Well, open the box.
My other sweater! Oh, well, what do you know? He's not so bad, that Dr. Chin guy. Oh, it still smells real good. Like my new hair. Toothbrushes. And a note. It's in Japanese.
I can read it. It's Chinese, not Japanese.
Whatever.
Miss Rivas has seen the Chinese opera at the Lincoln Center. Give it to me. No. Dear Miss Wendy, here's the attractive sweater you left in my office. I thought you may like these antique toothbrushes as they are valuable Chinese artifacts. Regards, Dr. Ching.
See, everything's all right.
Yeah, whatever.
Call for Wendy?
Tell him to write.
Miss Wendy, this is Lorette Chin. I'm the receptionist for Dr. Chin. You dirty woman. I found your clothing in my husband's office, and I sent it back to you in a box with a letter. You stay back away from him. Those dirty Chinese toothbrushes will give you bad luck for many years to come. Those around you. Good riddance.
Dorette, bad luck.
Hey, maybe she knows my aunt are red in Deer Park. Well, it sounds like a Bermuda Curse to me. Oh well, it's time for lunch. Hermie and me are going to the Brew and Burger, just to remind you.
We know.
Oh, and Hermie's pa is coming too. Well, how do I look? Well, don't miss me.
Miss Rivas,
Say it, Jimmy. There's no time to be beating the bushes.
I saw the letter that you were typing earlier. The letter to the president of the publishing company.
The letter of resignation. Dear President of the Publishing Company, thank you for the gift of $10,000. It will be used. Signed, Miss Rivas. P.S. I am leaving early today and not returning. I resign after 35 years.
Miss Rivas, what do you mean you're leaving?
Resigning, Jimmy, not leaving. When I started in the customer services, I said I will be here for 35 years. It has been 35 years and I am resigning. Miss Rivas always keeps her word.
But what will you do?
Jimmy, do the traveling around the world. For 35 years, I have looked at all of the books that we sell, and I've always wanted to travel to all the places that are mentioned in the book. Even Bermuda. My sister will go with me. Miss Rivas and Miss Rivas. See the world.
That could get confusing.
So, I save the money little by little. I could have used 5 tea bags every day, but I only use 1 tea bag to save the money. I eat the sardines for lunch, not go to the Bruinburger like Miss Wendy. I tell the bookstore, I tell to write letters to the customer services, not to call on the telephone because it saves money to the company.
The company, but then how does...
Then they have more money to pay Miss Rivas. Jimmy, the college education, no!
But, well, then what's going to happen to me and Wendy? I mean, I just started here.
Believe Miss Rivas, the customer services need someone like you. And Miss Wendy, well, she is Miss Wendy.
Then how... I'll probably be stuck here for 35 years too, cursed.
There is nothing wrong with that. You come early in the morning, you do the work, and you leave at night.
I just wanted to be a writer, not...
So, Hermie and his pa and me get all the way past the receptionist, the one who hates me. When Hermie goes, Wendy, let me look at the Brew and Burger coupon as it may have predictions.
Restrictions, Wendy. Look, something has happened.
So I goes, Hermie, I must have left the coupon on my desk. So here I am, getting the coupon off of my desk. Miss Rivas, are you going to lunch too? You want to come with Hermie and his pa and me to the Brew and Burger? We only have the one coupon, but you can share my potato if you want.
No, Miss Rivas does not eat at the Brewing Burger.
Wendy, Miss Rivas is leaving.
Okay. Maybe tomorrow then.
No, Wendy, she is resigning. She wrote a letter to give to the president of the publishing company.
You want me to take it to him? He can read it on his way to the Brew and Burger. And I can do my crosswords while we're waiting for our food.
Good. Thank you, Miss Wendy. Goodbye.
The president of the publishing company is...
Hermie's pa. How long have you been here anyway, Jimmy?
So he... You.
How else did you think I could get a job like this? You want me to take your historical story to let him look at too? You know, Jimmy, I was thinking. I wouldn't buy your book if you ever had one.
Why not, Wendy?
'Cause Hermie's pa would get it for me for free. Remind me not to go to your college, Jimmy. Bye, Miss Rivas. I'll see you around. Oh, Jimmy, Hermie says you don't have to use the speaker box. Just unplug it and the telephone works okay.
Jimmy, you will be the best writer. You will only think about writing. That is all. Don't think about the customer services. But just remember one thing. The most important thing, Jimmy, the most important thing to remember is...
What, Miss Rivas?
We sell to the bookstore. Goodbye, Jimmy. If I had a bookstore, all day long I sell the book. If I had a bookstore.
And not to the individual. Bermuda Curse is right.
I have a call for customer service.
Tell him to write a letter.